Get ready to learn absolutely nothing.
Hello, it's me again, here to haunt your nightmares. It's me, your sleep paralysis demon. So, I decided I was gonna make, it's not really a tutorial video, but I'm a part of a lot of Sims communities on social media, and one thing that I've seen in people posting their Sims, people tend to struggle with male Sims. There's an overwhelming see, he agrees. There's an overwhelming feeling that it's actually very difficult to make male Sims, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you have more practice with female Sims, that's understandable. I'm kind of the opposite. A lot of my female Sims are the same Sim with different hair and skin colors and hairstyles. So it's not my place to talk about how anyone makes female Sims, but male Sims I've been doing that for a while, and I can share what skills I have. Uh, so this video, it may not be as funny as what I intended, but I'm gonna go through some things to know when you're making a male sim, and a lot of this info actually I learned through watching a YouTuber called Katscorner. I will link her channel in the description and you can actually get first-hand account of some of this, but some of it has evolved since I sort of yoinked it from watching her video. I've evolved it into what I do now. See, he's very interested. You should be as interested as he is, because he doesn't realize he's about to go through some changes. Um, but yeah, she was very helpful. One of the main things people struggle with is body type, because let's see what he's got right now. Okay, so this one's okay. There are some body types. Townies like to spawn like this. We all know it. Um, and there are people who are shaped like this. That's fine. That's wonderful. Not everybody likes every body type, but at least this is realistic. There is one in particular that people like to use with men. This one. Please point out anyone who looks like a triangle with swinging pendulum arms. And yet, this is the most common body type I see in the gallery. The problem is, because this looks so odd, um, it just looks odd. It looks odd, and I'm not sorry. As somebody who uh, has been making male sims for a while, and somebody who is male, um, I was born male, and I know what my body looks like, which is to say an orca whale. And when I when I try to make male sims, I try to make them so that they look realistic to my eye, but also not like me, if that makes sense. So I'll show you what these different body types, what they look like. Um, okay, so this is the first one, and we always start these like mid-range. Now, a lot of simmers, myself included, like to go from minimum fat, maximum muscle. You can make an argument for like acceptance of body types. That's fine. Everyone plays the game differently. When I'm playing the game, all the guys need to be in shape. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's just the way that I play. This is what this one looks like with minimum fat, maximum muscle. This one, I know people who look like this. That's fine. This one, minimum fat, maximum muscle. Again, I know people who look like this. They have wider hips than usually their shoulders. This one here, minimum fat, maximum muscle. There are people who look like this. Same with this one. A lot of these you'll find look very similar. This one is starting to get into the broad-shouldered range, but still looks fairly normal. If you're wanting a sim that has broad shoulders, if that's why you picked this one, this is probably the one to go for. This is the one that I usually use because
It's a
when you
new
do the minimum
trend.
fat, maximum muscle, it looks like this. I know many people who
Huh?
look like this when they work out. You know, not everybody has 7 foot wide shoulders and a 2 inch waist. That's not realistic. I know people who look like this,
Huh.
and this is what this
Yeah,
one
look.
looks like. Perfectly fine. Again, we're going with the shoulders are a bit broader than what I'd usually like, but that's fine. Here's this one.
Lana blues.
Still fairly normal, right? There we go.
Whoa. Yamal.
That one kind of looks like that one when it's minimum fat, maximum muscle. We've got the shoulders a little bit broad. Then here we are.
Ooh.
Here we are
Huh.
with our swinging pendulum arms. People also tend to do this number and this number, and
Ooh.
then they're like, he looks great. Does this look great? I don't think this looks great.
Hmm.
Ultimately, see, he thinks it's funny too, because all his organs are in his thighs now. But ultimately, it's up to you. I can't tell you, how to build your male sims. I notice a lot of people in the comments putting themselves out there as some sort of exception to the rule, like, well, I do it this way, and
Hmm.
whatever. The problem with that in any situation is that you're putting yourself out there to be judged as the exception. And if you're not as exceptional as you think you are, you're
Hmm.
going to hear it. So you have to be ready for that kind of criticism in any situation to say, well, I don't do that. Well, you might, though. You just don't realize it. So here we go. This is the body type I usually
Shushka.
use.
Grant's Mashushka.
Now he's happy. I usually take off any hair and facial hair to see what their face actually looks like. Um, Now, what I do after this, something I learned from Katscorner, the body type thing is something else I got from Katscorner because that's the body type that she used in her video and I thought it looked amazing. So, their heads are almost always too big for their bodies when they start out. That's just the way it is. That's the way the Sims rolls. You have to constantly zoom out and say, does this head look proportionate? And really, you won't know until you actually play the Sim, but, you know, you gotta at least try. Ta-da! That's what a normal human looks like. All right.
Huh.
See, he's refreshed. He's excited. He's like, yes, my head is on right. I usually will put the eyes about right there. These little tiny ears are great until you start putting hair on them because they morph the hairstyles and make them look weird. I usually will go with the bigger ears. No one's ears lay flat on their head like that, no matter what anyone says. That is achieved in modeling through different ways, but they are very rarely is someone born with their ears flat against their head like that. Sorry, Anatomy Class 101 doesn't happen. You can make yourself the exception to that rule and everything in the comments. I won't respond. Sorry, not responding. Life experience. Anyway, so another thing that I learned from Katscorner is to bring these corners up. I do that on almost everyone I make because inevitably it makes them look more realistic. And sometimes I'll adjust the bottom here, I'll adjust the corner a little bit. Their eyes are almost always way too wide open. And sometimes their eyes are just way too big, too. All right, so we're looking a little more realistic. Um, these eyebrows, I'm going to bring them down a little bit. I'm going to adjust these just a little bit. These look a little bit maybe too harsh. Wow, I did a lot there. Look at that. Look at the difference. Wow. Good job, me. Well, whatever. We're gonna pretend that made a difference. For my purposes, it made a difference. Alright, sometimes the mouths aren't wide enough. This one seems mostly okay, except You want to turn the corners down. Just assume almost everything I say in this video stemmed from something that Katscorner said in one of her videos. So really, you should just go watch her video. Like, let's just be honest here. I bring the face up, just yoink their forehead up, and it brings their face up. Bring the chin down, bring the jaw out, bring the mouth down just a little bit, and I widened it a little bit when I did that too. So we're looking fairly normal now. We're looking almost human. Bring that chin in just a little bit from the side. That's another thing. You will need to turn your Sims to the side. If you upload your Sims to the gallery without turning them to the side, you run a 50-50 chance of your Sim being downloaded and looking like Man Bear Pig in the game. If that's what you're going for, if it's like a Rickroll thing, feel free to continue. But I follow a lot of people on the gallery, and I always check out their Sims. I'm always interested to see what they do, and there is one in particular that I will not name, who claims to specialize in genetics, but they never turn their Sims to the side, and I can tell by looking at it. So you need to do that. You need to turn your Sims to the side because you will occasionally get something horrifying. The game thinks that human genetics do things that they do not do. So you need to be in there correcting it. You need to say, no game, no human does that, because otherwise the game will just do whatever the fuck it wants. And in the end, it'll be your fault for not saying anything. There we go. Look at that nose, looking very nosy. Bring his face out just a little bit, not that far. He doesn't need to look like a cat. Okay. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Cool. Alright. So far, this is not my best work. So far, I have kept all the features in place that were there before, but I may change things up because I have a very specific type of guy that I make. I've made things other than that guy before. I have, but I think for today's purposes, I'm just going to make that guy that I usually make. So you can see how I do it because that's the type of guy that I am the best at making. These eyes, excuse me for my burp just now. Good lord, you think that I fucking... I'm a barnyard animal and I apologize, but you know, YOLO, I'm just living my life. So let's repeat this process with these eyes. Barnyard animals unite. That's me. I'm a barnyard animal. And I'm here to steal your trash. Alright, there we go. Now, to me, that looks more like what I would normally create. Change the eyebrows because they are... they're not cooperating with what I want to do. Ta-da! Is there a better set somewhere? I'm sure there is. Many better sets. There are a lot of good eyebrows. People complain about the lack of eyebrows, but you know, if you know what you're doing, you can work with what we got. You know, people will struggle. That's normal. Keep the faith. These new ones help too. Ooh, but not on him. It doesn't look good for some reason, so we're not going to do that. But those new ones I have used quite a bit since they came out. There we go. And actually, let's make these black. Okay, so bring these out. I usually bring that in. Let's zoom in on this nose, make this bridge a little wider. This part maybe a little narrower. Let's narrow it up just a little bit. Okay, yeah. Oh, I do like that. It's just a little bit narrower. Oh, I don't know what happens now. Not what I intended, that's for sure. You know, let's just get a different nose. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you just have to get a different nose. I like to start with this one. This one makes me happy. Make your judgments, but I like to start with this one. It's very easy to work with. You can make it into a little curve like that. I always think these are a little too narrow. Well, that one might have been perfect. Okay, eyes. I'm just gonna go with that. All right, so we haven't really even done much, and he's looking better. I mean, we have, technically. I guess if you're not used to doing this amount of work, this is a lot. But for me, this is not doing much. I have spent hours on Sims before. Um, Another trick, there are a lot of people who are very against male Sims wearing makeup. And there's the full spectrum of people as far as that goes, whether they put makeup on or not. Um, I think it makes them look more realistic. So you just gotta find the right shade. Like, see the difference there? It's perfect. All right. Now, a lot of people have asked me, meaning nobody has asked me, how I get square jaw lines like I do. And it's in edit detail mode. You grab their jawline and you pull it out. There we go. Wasn't that fun? I thought that was fun. It was fun. Get kind of a square chin going on. That chin is maybe not the one we want. There we go. That's better. Ta-da! Sometimes you just gotta correct your mistakes. All right. And then magic. It's fixed. Oh, this is too wide. I don't like that. There's something still off about this. What is off about it? The mouth wasn't wide enough. There we go. And sometimes you'll have moments like that where you're like, "What's wrong with it?" and you can't figure it out, so you just have to play with the different elements. You just have to be like, "What the hell happened here? What's my problem?" Sometimes the answer is not obvious. Sir, I don't remember giving you permission to do anything. And this face works with a lot of different hairstyles. Just tweak little things about the face to make it look right. Whatever you want to do, it's fine. So let's find a hairstyle for him, and then we'll call this a day. I do a lot of base game hairstyles, or I'll limit myself to like 1 or 2 packs, just so that when people download them from the gallery, um, you know, if they don't have all the packs that I used, it doesn't impact it too much. I know there are people who look specifically for like base game stuff. I think the area of multiple packs that's pretty much covered, and I used to do that. If you go back through a lot of my old builds and a lot of my old Sims, you'll see uh, a lot of packs, and I was just excited to have them. Uh, because I have them all. I won't lie, I've got them all. I do love The Sims. I've been playing since Sims 1 came out back in 99 or 2000 or whenever. So it's been a while. I've been playing for a while. Um, and I got them all on sale. There's no reason to buy them full price, especially if you feel like EA is doing some shady shit or whatever. But you still like the game. I mean, don't pay full price if you don't have to. You know, I don't have the full amount of money, like however many hundreds of dollars it is. I feel like paying full price for it when you know there are sales is just silly. I mean, there are some instances where they don't go on sale. Certain platforms don't ever have them on sale, but if you get it from Origin, it goes on sale frequently. So take advantage because as much as I love the game, it is a bit pricey, you know. But we all love the game, even if we pretend we don't. We all love the game. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? We would not be watching videos about how to make Sims. So, I don't know. Just take care of yourselves, take care of your Sims, and now you've seen at least how I make male Sims. I know that it's kind of hard to find tutorials on how to make a male Sim, and I hope this helps somebody. And I'm sorry for my lack of humor today. Some days are just like that. Just gotta move on, I guess. Welcome back to The Sims, where we can all escape our problems. So, have fun. Comment, like, subscribe, poop in your own hand and throw it at me. Whatever you want to do. That's fine. Let me know if this helps you or if you don't give a fuck. Just let me know. All right. Bye.